Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
With the patch 1.1 already with us today, players of Cyberpunk 2077 still have a few things they are waiting for, and that is DLCs. With the introduction of different characters and the reference to the original tabletop game, and other juicy and potential plot points already present but unexplored in the game, we can expect DLCs to be raging down the Cyberpunk world when the time comes to it. And you can bet that we will all wait for CD Projekt Red to deliver. With the anticipation at hand, here are some of my suggestion and possible prediction on possible content in the upcoming DLCs in the near future. Of course, whatever is said in this video is not yet confirmed, only educated guesses and assumptions based on my gameplay on the game thus far. This video of course is not without proper research. So if you want to confirm, search for the link I will drop below for yourselves. DLC suggestion number 1. Morgan Blackhand is a pragmatic solo with an anodized black chrome cyberlimb arm, generally considered to be a solo with years of experience and ops under his belt. Rated as the #1 solo professional in the business by the Solo of Fortune Annual 2020 Awards in the US. Morgan Blackhand is defined by the fact that he is a pragmatist. Blackhand survives because he is street smart and is constantly looking out for his own best interest. His reputation as a top solo is partly due to the fact that he is able to capture targets alive rather than simply killing them. He is also a skilled techie, as not to have to rely on others to repair his tech, and has some training in martial arts. Morgan Blackhand was a combat veteran who served in the US military back in the 80s. As a rookie soldier, he once had to take lead of his special cyber soldier unit, after the commander went full cyber psycho during a mission. Now this is where it gets interesting. Because in the year 2022-2023 during the Fourth Corporate War, Militech coaxed Morgan into the fray to lead its Ocean War Special Ops team, although no details were provided of his missions. His funding from Militech allowed him to subcontract a group of highly skilled and motivated freelancers, making them answerable only to him. Militech gathered together a team consisting of the best operatives, including Morgan and Johnny Silverhand. Morgan's role was to lead Strike Team Omega alongside Militech's elite combat Borg units, and act as support if Strike Team Alpha and Beta failed in their objectives. After successfully planting the demolition charges, Morgan's squad began the evacuation from the Arasaka Tower rooftop, only for Atom Smasher, Arasaka's cyborg assassin in a Dione battlesuit, to confront him. While the building began to shake from the detonation of the nuclear demolition charge, the two launched themselves at each other, in a last desperate attempt to kill each other. The outcome of the duel was unknown. I suggest that CD Projekt Red should build on this character because of the overall intrigue that it brought to players while playing through the game. Throughout my playthrough he has only been mentioned a few times, and it was really arousing my curiosity if we were ever going to be able to meet him again. A DLC for Morgan Blackhand will definitely be one that players would like to see, as he has been with Johnny Silverhand during the Arasaka operation, but oddly enough, Morgan didn't show up in his memories. I guess a possible way Morgan can show up in the game would be through a flashback of some sort, since V's story has been concluded already, with the best case scenario was with V getting 6 months left to live. So it wouldn't make much sense to add him to the main story, although he could show up as a side quest, but that would really be cheap in my opinion, since Morgan Blackhand I think deserves more than just a side quest, with the amount of caliber and potential he has in the game's history and reference. Subjecting him to just a side role would not do the character justice. DLC suggestion number 2, Night City Holocaust. On August 20, 2023, an incursion team led by solo Morgan Blackhand and rocker boy Johnny Silverhand attempted an infiltration mission to destroy the Arasaka Secure Reliquary database inside Arasaka Tower in Night City. During the assault, an area denial nuclear device, or pocket nuke, was planned to be detonated in the building, with the planned area to absorb the impact of the blast and prevent massive destruction. 2 However, due to interference by Arasaka and Atom Smasher, the nuclear device prematurely detonated on the 120th floor, 366 meters above the ground, obliterating Corpo Plaza and a large portion of city center, and scattering radioactive fallout across the rest of Night City. The blast instantly incinerated over 12,000 people in the vicinity of Arasaka Tower and fatally injured upwards of 500,000 more. Another 250,000 died in the resulting aftermath over weeks and months. The reason why I find this a great path towards a DLC is the fact that it was such a defining moment for Johnny Silverhand and also Morgan Blackhand. Although the relationship between V and Johnny was considerably solid in the main story, not the greatest, but it'll do. We have yet to learn little about what it actually felt like playing in Night City at a time where Johnny Silverhand was alive. What was the rules? What made someone a criminal in 2023? The Night City Holocaust is an interesting event in Night City because we see a glimpse of Arasaka's downfall. Being able to play in a different version of Night City is really going to be a fun experience for the players, and maybe be able to develop a mini storyline for Johnny as well, just like with the protagonist V. Last but not the least possible DLC, Militech. Militech International Armaments is a megacorporation specializing in weapons manufacturing and private military contracting. Militech is one of the world's largest manufacturers of weapons and military vehicles, with facilities on every continent. I feel like Militech is another path in Cyberpunk 2077 that was left unexplored by the developers. I think being able to work for the military corporation has been a secret wish for some, if not most of the people that have played the game. We only get to see a brief interaction, or at least, the most obvious interaction with the corporation in the pickup mission, where you get to meet Meredith Stout. I think the fact that, in either endings, either you get Anthony Gilchrist take over, or Meredith maintain her position, you would still be able to end on good terms with the corporation itself. I think it would be a nice little feature if added to the DLCs that you can become an employee for Militech. And that about wraps up the video on all of my suggestions and possible DLCs that the developers from CD Projekt Red will decide on. Of course, there are many more DLC options out there in Cyberpunk than the 3 that I mentioned here, so if you want me to cover more of the possible DLCs that CDPR might decide on in the near future, make sure click like, comment whatever you want, and subscribe to the channel for more content. How about you? Which of the 3 possible DLCs I mentioned would you like to be included in the real game?